Your neighbor, your doctor, even a stranger. Right now, any adult over 18 can file a single anonymous complaint with the DMV and trigger a full review of a senior driver's license. No proof required. In 44 states, the person reported never learns who turned them in. By mid-2026, these rules quietly covered 48 million drivers. What that one hidden phone call sets in motion is where this story turns. No evidence is required. In every state, the law now allows any adult, family, neighbor, friend, or even a stranger to file a report that puts a senior driver under official review. The threshold is as low as a phone call or an online form. There's no need for a crash, a doctor's note, or even a traffic ticket. The only requirement is that the reporter is at least 18 years old. For the 48 million licensed drivers over age 65, this means the power to trigger a DMV investigation is everywhere and almost invisible. The process is designed to move quickly. The moment a tip is received, the DMV opens a case and notifies the driver, often within days. In most states, the person who filed the report remains a secret, protected by confidentiality statutes that shield their identity from the accused, the public, and even the courts, unless a judge intervenes. Only Virginia breaks this pattern, requiring disclosure if the reporter is neither a relative nor a medical professional. The rules are rooted in Department of Transportation guidance, but states have expanded them. Some require only a reasonable belief that a driver is unsafe. Others, like California and New York, accept any written submission. Even a vague complaint seemed confused at a stop sign or drives too slowly can be enough to start the process. There is no requirement for proof, witnesses, or corroboration. The result? A single tip, with no evidence, can put a senior driver's independence and reputation in jeopardy before any facts are checked. In 44 states, the law draws a tight curtain around the identity of anyone who files a report against a senior driver. The statutes are clear. The name of a neighbor, friend, or stranger who triggers a DMV review is kept secret from the accused, the public, and even from courts unless a judge orders otherwise. This shield is designed to protect good faith whistleblowers from retaliation, but it also means that a single anonymous complaint, no matter how vague, can launch a process that upends a senior's daily life. Texas, for example, runs an online portal where any adult can submit a concern, and the system automatically withholds the reporter's details. Most states follow this model, embedding confidentiality deep into their administrative codes. Virginia stands almost alone. Its code requires the DMV to reveal the reporter's name and contact information to the driver within 15 days, unless the tip comes from a relative or licensed health professional. This disclosure must be sent by certified mail, giving the accused a rare window into who set the process in motion. The intent is to offer a measure of due process, but in practice, it has a chilling effect. Reports from neighbors and acquaintances drop sharply when anonymity is not guaranteed. In contrast, states like California and New York enforce strict secrecy, and their digital complaint forms warn that identities will never be disclosed. The result is a patchwork of protections. In most of the country, the person who files a report remains invisible, insulated from scrutiny, while the driver faces immediate investigation. Only in Virginia does the law force a brief moment of daylight, exposing the source and raising the stakes for everyone involved. AARP, the nation's largest senior advocacy group, has called the new reporting rules a neighborhood tattletale central. Their warning lands at the heart of a growing civil liberties storm. In public statements and court filings, AARP argues that the system threatens not only privacy, but also the basic right to due process. The group's February 2026 amicus brief points to the risk of false or retaliatory reports, especially when the accused has no way to challenge the credibility of an anonymous tip. The Electronic Frontier Foundation has echoed these concerns, calling the anonymous complaint model a shortcut around the presumption of innocence and warning that it creates a state-sanctioned channel for surveillance without clear procedural safeguards. Civil rights coalitions in California, New York, and Illinois have joined the legal fight, urging lawmakers to require independent review boards and transparent criteria for every report. Their filings draw on a pattern of complaints: seniors summoned for a review after property disputes, family disagreements, or even neighborhood feuds. In one high-profile case, a federal judge in Illinois issued a preliminary injunction after AARP argued that the system imposes penalties before any hearing takes place. Privacy groups cite the lack of statutory language to prevent discrimination or malicious targeting, noting that the law leaves wide gaps for abuse. The tension is not just legal, it's deeply personal. Critics argue that the promise of safety comes at a steep cost: the erosion of trust, the loss of autonomy, and the risk that a single, secret accusation can redraw the boundaries of daily life. As the rules take hold, the debate moves from law books to living rooms, raising questions about fairness, oversight, and the future of aging behind the wheel. Evelyn, age 77, received her letter from the DMV on a Tuesday morning. No accident, no warning, just a notice. She must prove she's fit to drive. The first step is always the same. Seniors are ordered to undergo vision testing with the standard set at 20/40 acuity. Some states, like Ohio, add a hearing exam, while others, including Illinois, require a full road test even if the driver's record is spotless. For many, the ordeal doesn't end at the local clinic. In Iowa, the nearest approved testing center can be 120 miles away. In Wyoming, some seniors report round trips of over 150 miles just to complete a single evaluation. The tests are not simple. Alongside vision and hearing checks, cognitive screenings are now routine, often a series of memory, attention, and reaction time tasks. Failing any part can trigger more assessments or a driving simulation. The pressure is relentless. Evelyn's hands shook as she tried to remember a string of numbers, knowing that a wrong answer could mean the end of her independence. The burden falls hardest on those far from city centers. Public transportation is rare, and family help isn't always an option. The review process can drag on for weeks, with each appointment bringing new anxiety. For rural seniors, the cost isn't just measured in dollars or miles, but in lost time and growing uncertainty. The system is designed to catch risk, but for people like Evelyn, it can feel like a gauntlet, one that tests not just driving skills, but resilience and hope. Penalties arrive quickly and can reshape a senior's life overnight. In Pennsylvania, a driver flagged by a single report may be restricted to daylight-only travel. Colorado limits some seniors to a 25-mile radius from home, while Nevada imposes a maximum speed of 45 miles per hour. Texas and Virginia back up their restrictions with fines that start at $200 and can soar to $1,500 for repeat violations. In 12 states, driving on a suspended license can even lead to jail time. For those living outside city limits, the process can be even harsher. The nearest DMV may be hours away, but missing a required assessment is not an option. New York has started deploying 6 mobile DMV vans to senior centers, cutting travel for hundreds of rural drivers. Early results show a 15% drop in missed appointments since the vans hit the road last July. Arizona tells a different story. Since 2026, the volume of appeals has jumped by more than 250%. Seniors are fighting back, challenging the fairness of restrictions triggered by anonymous tips or mandatory physician reports. The state's own data confirms that fewer than 3% of seniors lose their license outright. Most receive some form of restriction, but a determined minority wins their appeal. Luis, a retired teacher from Tucson, spent 8 months contesting a speed cap after a neighbor's complaint. His license was fully restored this spring, a rare but real reminder that the system, while daunting, is not beyond challenge. Right now, one anonymous report can upend a senior's independence. No warning, no chance to face the accuser. With 38 states mandating physician disclosure and appeals rising in Arizona and New York, the line between safety and civil rights grows thinner. The next report could be about you. Share your thoughts below.